Hello guys, this is Sally again from Sally's clinic. I have another thing to talk about, or another question to ask. What do you guys think about counseling before marriage? I mean, do you think it's important? Do you think it's a waste of time? Or do you think it's helpful at all? And what kind of counseling would you recommend, or would you think is okay for couples to go through before getting married? Do you think going through the church will help? Do you think going through a therapist is the best way to get your counseling before you get married? I want to know your opinions, what you think. And do you think the church is open enough to really counsel or open up things for couples that are getting married? What are your thoughts on this topic? As we already know, I'm going to give my take on the topic as well. Even while I'm waiting for your suggestions, or I'll be looking at the comment sections to see what everyone is suggesting. My opinion is that counseling is good. Actually, it's good to get counsel before you get married. And when it comes to who you take your counsel from, I'm going to give a personal opinion. Everyone is entitled to their opinion, right? One thing that has worked for me, or before I got married, is having the spirit of discernment, right? Deciding who to talk to, who to, take certain counsels from when it comes to some certain topics, right? I think it's just my communion with God. It's the way I commune with God, and God shows me or directs me to whoever He wants me to get counsel from. I'm not here to say the church is better. I'm not here to also say the therapist is better. It's who does it for you, who counsels you the way it resonates with your spirit, the way, when I mean resonate with your spirit, I don't mean someone that supports you even when your own self know that you're doing something wrong and the person is just there for you, supporting everything you're doing. No. I mean someone that could literally tell you when you are wrong, and it will sink in your spirit and you would accept it, and it makes sense to you that okay, it would be good to really do it this other way. For me, I had counseling right from the church, and I want to say it like I was so blessed to have one of the best people to have counseled myself and my husband. And when I mean best people, I don't just mean because they are elderly, so that make them in best positions. No, these are people that have gone through thick and thin, and they still you still see the radiance of love in them. You still see that, oh, these people, they are made for each other. You see these things. You don't, of God in their life. Like they don't portray what they are going through or what they've been through. And getting advice from people like that, and they were so open enough for us, like so open that there was no topic left on like there was no topic that was left unsaid, right? So there was always this openness to teach, to encourage, and it was not just one-sided as well. It's not just always saying, oh, the woman should do this and the man is just to do this and that. No, it's teaching about becoming one, becoming a helpmate to each other, because marriage is, the Bible already said it, that you leave your mother and your father, you cleave to your wife. Same way, the woman, you leave your mother and your father, you cleave to your husband, and you two become one. So it's knowing that it's the two of you against the world and not the two of you against yourselves, or not showing that I am better than this person, or I speak better, I'm more educated and stuff like that. right? So those people were open enough to teach us thoroughly what we need to know. And as we already know that there are some topics that church folks shy away from, but like I said earlier on, I'm so glad that these folks did not shy away from those topics, and they were able to open up to us, help us through, and help us in a way we could navigate certain things. So that's, like I said, it's whoever gives you, the advice that helps your marriage to grow. But of course, I will want you to obviously get advice from the church, but just pray about it and pray that God leads you to the right person to talk to. Because these days there are also like pastors and churches that gives good counseling as well. Even in your church, maybe even if your pastor is not doing it for you, they trust me, there would be a married person that could still call you to order and tell you like, listen, I understand that we don't tend to open up situations like this, but I want to mentor you, or I want to teach you stuff like this. And it's always very good for both partners to have mentors that they look up to, and this mentor will literally tell you when you are wrong and not try to cause a rift between you and your husband. Because at the end of the day, your mentor is just your mentor. You go back home to your husband, right? Two of you are the one living together, so you have to make it work. That's the person you've chosen to do forever with, so you have to make it work. So my opinion, counseling before marriage, superb. If you are married and you didn't get the opportunity to get counseling before marriage, it's never too late. You learn, or see, marriage is something that you learn as you go. Even there are things that you've learned before that you still have to unlearn and relearn. And in the marriage, you get to see that, okay, it's not as it seems, or it's not as we were told, okay, let's try to navigate it another way. It's just finding ways to make sure your marriage work and the two of you working hand in hand. It's not one person go for counseling. You've heard from this person, another person goes for counseling from another person, and two of you are clashing because you didn't listen together. You didn't go to one specific person together. You guys did not hear things together from one person. It's like, I'm going to build myself, you go build yourself, and two of you start to clash. Like I said, marriage is the both of you against the world. It's not the both of you against each other. Regarding this marriage counseling, you already know that there's this ideology that says like the women, they take care of their home, they bathe the children, they do the cooking, and it's quite hard for you. I mean, in African homes, that you see that the boys or the men are being trained to do those things. They are more like, oh, go also go learn a skill, go do all of those things, right? So that's one thing my marriage counselor was touched on, and it really impacted good knowledge to the marriage in general. To take it away from my husband, he's actually a very homely person. He cooks and all of those. He was trained right by the grace of God. So, but I mean, there's always like this pride for men not wanting to do these things, even though it was something that they were doing when they were single. Now they feel like, oh, I'm married now, so I shouldn't get to do stuff like that. But our counselor was able to let us know, or let